Hello and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've been here before, I'm glad you're back. Today is something different. As you can see, I have a different background, which I absolutely love. Let me know if you like it as well. It's a bit different than, my normal, but yeah, I'm happy with it. Anyway, for today's design, I actually had this image saved for years because I always dreamed of being able to do something like that. And I think I kind of succeeded, I would say. Like, kind of, it's not perfect. It could do with, like, a bit more tweaking, but I'm happy with it. It resembles enough the original for me to actually like it. Obviously, I'm never gonna be at her level, but but yes, this is my take on it, and I honestly love it. I made it a bit different with the French and whatever because I wanted a more black set than what she did. But otherwise, the skulls are actually made with 3D gel, and I added some gold on top of that, and you'll see how I did it. Whereas she used, I would say, probably acrylic because it was like a glittery kind of gold. So that may be a different thing, but otherwise I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. And obviously, I changed things because I made it my own, so you know I wouldn't even dream to do the exact same thing because I know it would be a lot worse. Anyway, enough rambling. This is my take on it. I really hope you guys are gonna enjoy this video, and I hope you will try to recreate it as well, because to be honest, it's not as hard as I thought. So yeah, okay, let's do some nails. On all 10 tips, I am going to use Void from the KIRSTY MEAKIN Gel Polish collection, and I will apply 2 layers of that and cure each for 30 seconds in an LED lamp. And then I'm gonna show you a lot of products really quickly. So we have black and red carving gel, I have a cuticle knife, metallic gold from Hot Tips Beauty, 3D Maestro brush from Ink London, which is one of the best brushes that I found to work for 3D. Middle liner from Glitter Bells, dotting tool, random from Amazon, dehydrator from Ink London, and this little glass because I'm gonna use it as a slip solution. I'm also gonna remove the sticky layer, and I forgot to show you that I'm gonna use this dotting tool from the Vice Versa brush from Ink London. Whew, that was hard to do. Now I'm gonna take some of that carving gel and I will warm it up a little bit in my hand, and I will make an oval on the nail and just press it with my glove. It doesn't have to be perfect. Then I'm taking another little bit and I'm gonna put it at the bottom. So I'm making a slight oval, and I'm putting that, exactly underneath. I don't know how to explain it. You see what I'm doing there. And then I'm gonna try to make those 2 pieces of carving gel look like they belong together and they've been there together all the time. So I'm kind of smoothing out the surface and I'm making the shape how I want it. I was very afraid you're not gonna be able to see this, but actually it's not that bad. It could have been a lot worse, we all know that. And then I took that dotting tool and you saw that I made a couple of holes there. I decided to make them a little bit oval as well, and then with that the smallest dotting tool that I have, which is the one from the Vice Versa brush, I made a triangle and I'm pushing in the middle a little bit just to bring like a bit up. I don't know how to explain that shape. It's a bit of a weird shape, but yeah. Anyway, and around the eyes I went and I cleaned up the whole area with my brush with a bit of liquid, and with that cuticle knife you can see I've done some lines there just to resemble kind of teeth. Then I'm ripping a piece of a sponge, like a makeup sponge. It doesn't have to be an expensive one, and with my pinching tool that I just showed you, I am going to use that really raggedy side of the sponge and I'm gonna dip it very, very slightly in the metallic gold from Hot Tips Beauty, because that's very potent and very, very pigmented. And then I'm just adding it over the top of that skull just to bring some of the details out. When I did this, I didn't do it I didn't do very much of it, just because I wanted that distressed look. So, you know, I didn't want it to look exactly like Kirsty's gold skeletons. I just, yeah, you know. Anyway, then I went to the top coat, and I was very careful to not flood anything, and so I just like wiped over the top of it, because I didn't want the holes from the eyes to be flooded. So use a very small amount just to protect that gel paint and make sure that it's not gonna wear off. Now I'm going in with a bit of that red carving gel, and I've put a bit on the nail, and I am flattening one side of it, just to give it kind of like a petal shape. Cured that, obviously. And then I'm going in with another one, and this is going to be very repetitive. I think I should have warmed up that 3D gel a bit more, because I could not get the petals as thin as I wanted. I actually really, really struggled with these flowers. To be honest, I haven't done flowers in a very long time, but I still think it could have been a lot better. But, you know, it's probably something that I need to work on, you know, like, yeah. But I've done it. I'm still happy with how they came out. The flowers could have been better, yes, but again, you know, I was happy with it. Anyway, then I moved on to like the next petal, and now I'm doing the middle petal, like the one that, you know, is gonna be rounded up. So I'm just kind of bringing that in, and then I decided to put another flower kind of on the side, because Kirsty had something similar, but I didn't want to put too many of those red roses, because, you know, I didn't want them to take over the whole design, because the whole idea of the design was the skull. If you hear a dog barking, it's my dog, I'm sorry. She decided that my neighbors cannot leave their apartment without her barking at them. So yeah, that's that. Anyway, I only put one petal on the side there, and then I decided to make like a middle here, and you can see that I'm really, really struggling with this. As I said, I probably should have warmed up that gel, carving gel a bit more, because I wasn't happy. I kept on faffing about. I added too much liquid. I just, yeah. I don't know. Could have been so much better. Like the first one, it came out so well. I was so happy with it. And then on the second one, it just kind of, yeah, I kind of ruined it. And you can see here that I'm really, really struggling. I should have cut a lot of it off, but I decided to let you guys see that I'm struggling a lot with certain stuff as well. And, you know, because I keep on seeing comments like, oh my God, your work is amazing. My work is not amazing. My work has flaws, and I see it. In every single set that I do, I have a flaw. But that doesn't mean that everyone else is gonna notice those mistakes. I know you guys are noticing them, but I don't. I think your work is amazing, and I always see different types of work, and I think they're amazing as well, but I never actually see the mistakes that those people probably see. I don't know. You understand what I mean. Anyway, here I took a file, and I'm just filing a bit on that top coat just to make sure that I have a good adhesion on the crystals that I'm gonna place. And I'm gonna use Gem Buddy. I'm gonna use a brush from Ink London, my wax pickup tool. These here I had the sun over my table. I'm sorry, but yeah. Then I went and closed the curtains. I wasn't expecting to see the sun that day. But I'm using these like red, I think they're cyan red crystals, and some gold caviar beads, and I'm just kind of putting some crystals around wherever I think, and some caviar beads wherever I think they should be. My secret to these caviar beads to be really easy to work with them is you roll them a little bit in your adhesive gel of choice, and then they're just gonna, do whatever you want them to do. So they're gonna stay wherever you want. But yeah, anyway, anywhere where I thought I needed a bit of sparkle, I added those, and this nail is done. Anyway, ooh, I think I said anyway too many times this video, but you already know I can speak, don't you? So that's fine. Right, I moved on to, that was, I would say that was the ring, no, the middle finger. This would be the ring finger. And I'm doing exactly the same thing, and a bit faster now, because I thought, I don't want to bore you too much. But I'm bringing out those like sockets a bit, and I decided to make this one a bit more sad. So I made his eyes even more on a diagonal. He kind of looks a bit like a Darth Vader here, but yeah, that stopped now with the gold going on. God. Anyway, you can see here I flooded a little bit that eye, and I'm gonna wipe it off because I didn't want his eyes to be very shiny. I wanted the eyes to have a bit of a contrast between, the rest of the face and the eyes, and yeah, So if you flood with your top coat way too much, you're gonna lose a bit of the detail, which is actually what kind of happened here, because you can't see the detail as well as you can see it on the other one. So yeah. Anyway, here I'm moving way too fast right now, but I'm doing exactly the same thing. I'm working on some petals. Again, I was not extremely happy with the flowers, but I didn't think they looked too bad. Again, I haven't done flowers in a very, very long time, and especially these type of roses. So to be honest, I'm cutting myself some slack with this. I'm happy with it. It's all right. It's fine. But yeah, I'm working, and again, I'm struggling with that middle so much, and I added so much liquid, and it became so liquidy and horrible, and it just didn't want to stay where I put it. And anyway, now I'm adding some of that gel again, some of that gem body, and I'm adding some crystals here and there, just because I wanted that to have a nice finish. And I'm obviously adding some caviar beads because those close up everything, just make everything look so nice and neat. And obviously it's just another color kind of, so yeah, it's just about diversity here. That nail is done, and you can see how they are all placed. And then on all of the other nails I am doing this kind of French. This was not something that was very hard to do, but I struggled way more than I should have. I don't know why, because it's me and I have to struggle with silly, easy things for some reason. It's, it's in my job description, I guess. And then I added some dots and top coat, and this nail is done. These are all done now, and you can see they are absolutely beautiful. I love them so much. I cannot believe that I managed to do this. It's mind-blowing for me. I always, as I said, I had it saved for years, thinking one day I will be at this level, being able to create this. And yeah, I managed to do it. Yeah. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you are going to recreate this, please tag me in it. And obviously tag Kirsty, because, it's after her recreation. No, it's after her creation, sorry. This is the recreation, but anyway. Well, I think I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye!